Until recently, tuning your hot rod for power meant going to the drag strip or to a dyno. And if you were looking for efficiency on the street, that was hard to figure out sometimes. But now companies like Holley offer wideband O2 kits that'll tell you the air-fuel ratio of your engine at any given throttle position. At the 2012 edition of Hot Rod's Power Tour presented by Chevy Performance, Holley tapped 3 of our long haulers to test out its new wideband air-fuel ratio kits on. They installed the gauges and the O2 sensors on all 3 cars, let the guys tear up the road, analyze the data, and then tweak the carburetors for more performance and more efficiency.
Hi, my name is Sonny Mendiola. This is a 67 Chevy Chevelle. The motor I have under the hood is a 383 small block Chevy. I had the short block built, had a cam picked out for it. I just recently put on AFR aluminum heads on it. I literally just bought the carburetor. It's a 750 double pumper. Right now it stumbles. If you just get on it from a dead stop, it stumbles and then takes off.
My name's Steve Plum. I'm from Moline, Illinois. 72 Chevelle SS. It's a 355, a 12-to-1 piston, 750 Holley carburetor. It's been running really rich, and it's really, when you get on it, it's just kind of flat.
My name's Tim Kuhn. I'm from Lisbon, Iowa. A 68 Chevrolet Impala. The engine is a 454, which we have it badged as a 396, like the original engine. Just bored 30 over. Forged probe pistons, eagle rods. It's got a Comp Extreme 268 cam, you know, and a Pro Comp, set of Pro Comp aluminum heads on it. My carburetor's a Holley 750. We have a little stumble, you know, accelerating from a stop. Seems to be a little fat at idle, but you know, those would be the main things. So.
After 4 days of driving and expert tuning by the guys at Holley, here's what we learned about our 3 test cars. Sonny's 67 Chevelle actually ran pretty good. It was lean at idle, lean at cruise, and a little lean on the top end, and had a noticeable stumble, but it got pretty good fuel economy. With a 383 small block and a 700 R4 tranny, he was getting 16 miles to the gallon. The thing just didn't have any guts. So the guys added 2 more degrees of ignition timing, upped the jets all the way around one size, added a power valve that opened a little bit sooner, and the result was a loss of 2 miles per gallon on the highway, but a gain of 20 horsepower at the wheels.
Well, it's interesting, you know, having this gauge in your car and seeing what's going on. It's amazing to see. You can kind of tell what's going on with your fuel and the oxygen and the air going into the engine to see what's happening.
Steve's Chevelle was a mess. This thing's got a 355 in it with a 4-speed, and it was idling and driving down the road at approximately 10-to-1 air-fuel ratio, and that is dead rich. Part of the reason this thing was dead rich at idle was it had a metering block that had been modified where somebody had drilled out the idle restriction passages so big that this thing had no chance of ever idling with a decent air-fuel ratio. The guys at Holley also exchanged those metering blocks for new ones, and that really helped. The guys at Holley added 8 degrees of timing, removed 3 jets from the mains, 2 jets from the secondaries, put bigger squirters in it to fix a bog, and this thing returned 17.5 miles per gallon, and on the dyno, it picked up almost 22 horsepower.
Not bad with some tuning. Not bad at all. 91 octane.
Yeah, in 91 octane.
The biggest surprise of this whole test was Tim's 68 Impala convertible. Not because it ran so poorly, but because the gains were so massive. With a 454 and a turbo 400 tranny, it was getting about 14.5 miles per gallon when we started. But it had a massive bog when you mashed the pedal, and when you threw the thing in gear at an idle, it almost wanted to die. That was fixed by adjusting the ignition timing and by opening up the secondary throttle butterflies just a little bit more than they were. The guys at Holley upped the main jets 1 whole size, added a power valve that opened sooner, added a new secondary spring, and this thing returned 16.5 miles per gallon and 46 horsepower at the wheels.
I'm 100% sold on the O2 sensor and gauge, so I mean, you got it right there in front of you, so when you're tuning and out there driving around, you can see exactly what's going on with your car, and you can make those changes when you get home, and then you can go out and test it, and you see exactly what, you know, improvement you made on the car.
In the end, we've come to realize that having a wideband O2 system in any car, especially one that's carbureted, is a good buy. Whether you're in a car club where you can share that tool amongst your friends and share the cost, or just buy yourself, it's a worthwhile investment. All 3 of our guys picked up power, picked up mileage, and they are smiling now when they drive home from Power Tour.